You need a motivation, this is your motivation. Whatever you're trying to do it, pray about it, and start working towards it, because honestly, that's all y'all can do. Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I am going to just be telling y'all about like my nail journey and stuff like that. Before we get into the video, let's just peep the hat, my shirt. Of course, my friend made it. So yeah, she do take custom orders. So you know, if y'all want anything, I gotta show y'all my other shirt. My other shirt, I love it. But yeah, so we're just gonna talk about my entire nail journey and stuff like that. I got my iPad set up, all that good stuff. So let's just talk about, you know, going back to the beginning. So for me, the beginning is, you know, starting in high school. So I started doing nails when I was like 15, 16 years old. I was in high school still. And y'all, when I tell you I'm not gonna hold back nothing in this video, I'm really gonna put you on the tee, because everybody be talking about don't mind my nails either, y'all. I have my birthday photo shoot on Sunday and today is Wednesday, and I haven't even taken my nails off, thought of a nail design. I gotta do my toes, take my hair out still. I haven't done anything, and mind you, I got clients all the way up until Saturday. So, but I'm getting my life together. I just want to film this video for y'all so I can have something to put out this week, and then I think I'm gonna do a week vlog for next week. But anyway, so I'm gonna just give y'all the tea, because you know I gotta come tell y'all my experience and stuff. And I have people like writing me like, oh, you know, I don't know if I want to go to nail school, I don't know if I want to work in a salon. I'm gonna just tell y'all basically my experience and what path I went down. All right, so we're just gonna get into it. We're gonna start. So how I started. I started, honestly, I loved getting my nails done, and I went to the salons all the time. My mom would take me, and I remember this one design I just really wanted so bad, and I could not get it. Like, they could not get it right. They kept messing me up. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go home and fix my nails. It's like the second or third time. I'm gonna go home and fix my nails. Went in the room, showed my mama. They was real cute. I wish I had the picture of them. They were blue too, to be exact. I remember they were blue. I did like a little writing on them, and they had diamonds on them. Yeah, I snapped. So at that point, I was just like, all right, you can do your own nails from now on. And then I thought about it, like, really, I could do other people's nails. Like, I could be a nail tech. Was I working at Publix? I think I was already working at Publix by this time or whatever. So, all right. So mind you, I'm in school, so I would talk to my mom about it. You know, my mom was like, yeah, whatever, you can do it. Everybody, well, not everybody, because really my mom and my cousins were like the only ones I really told about it, because my cousin's a barber. So he kind of was like all in, like, from the minute I said I wanted to do nails, he was just like, you got to get it. Like, you know, let's do it. Because mind you, we're both in high school. He cut hair in the locker room before football games, after, you know. So we was like, when I told him, he was just like so supportive of it, and my mama was supporting of it. But then my mama got mad because I wasn't doing nails. I was just kept saying, I'm gonna do nails, I'm gonna do nails, I'm gonna do nails, and I wasn't practicing on nobody for like the first 6 months. Mind you, I'm still in high school. So fast forward, now I'm dead serious about doing nails. I done started practicing on my cousins and stuff like that. So I was like telling my mentor at school, because like I was an aide for 2 years when I was in high school. I was an aide my last 2 years, and even my senior year, I was out of school by 12 because I had already had my credits and stuff for my 11th grade year. So I was telling my mentor about it, and you know, she was like, you need to reach out to this lady that does nails. So, you know, that's what I did. She had went on my phone. She found her on Facebook for me. I wrote her. I said, hey, you know, my name is Aniyah. You know, I'm so-and-so years old. I want to do nails and this, that, and third. Any advice could you give me? That's literally the message I sent her. I probably could find that message. I kid you not. I wasn't thinking nothing of it. So I came back to school the next day, and this lady had me blocked. My mentor had asked me, hey, you know, did she ever write you back? Did she write you back? And, you know, I'm like, no, she didn't write me back, but I wasn't thinking of it. And so she goes on my phone, and I go to try to, like, find the lady. The lady done blocked me. this grown ass lady blocked me. Mind you, she's gotta be 10 years older than me. No, she probably was already in her 30s. She looked like she was in her 30s. I don't know. I don't even know. But yeah, basically, way older than me, she blocked me. So from that point on, it was just like, like, you got a problem with me because I asked you. Mind you, in my city, there was only like 3 nail techs. But she was one of the nail techs, and then we had 2 other ones, which I was cool with them right off the bat. Like, from the minute I met them, we were good. And they're probably like 5 years older than me, and we all get along just fine. So it was just kind of weird. Mind you, but I didn't meet them. I think, until I didn't meet them till I was out of high school. So I still had 2 more years to go before I actually ever really met them and talked to them and stuff like that. Like, we was cool. So yeah. But anywho, so it's just like, you know, in my mind, it's just like, okay, you don't have no reason not to like me. So basically, you know, and I was telling my mom about it when I got home. Of course, my mom said, F her, like, it is what it is. But it was just the fact that your big grown ass had a problem with a 15-16-year-old asking you for help. And that's another reason why I was like, another reason why I don't even mind, you know, I don't mind helping anybody. I don't mind giving out advice and stuff like that. That's why when I do classes or anything, I'm gonna give you the tea. If I'm gonna tell you about it, I'm gonna tell you about it. And I've always been like that. So yeah, fast forward past her. So now we're at the point where I'm practicing. So now I'm just doing researching. Like, anything that I want to do, I'm gonna research it for a while. I'm going to make sure that I have everything that, you know, I need to have in order. Like, and that's just how I am. And so I was researching, I'm practicing while I'm researching, watching YouTube, trying to, you know, just doing everything I can to make sure that I knew what I needed to be doing. I researched sanitation on nails. Like, I researched, you know, should this be happening? Should this not be happening? I was trying to make sure that nails weren't lifting. And I gave myself, like, you know, a time frame, stuff like that. So yeah, so I just, my whole mindset was just, you gotta get it yourself, because obviously that right there was a problem. And, you know, not to say she pissed me off or anything, but that lets me know, okay, ain't nobody gonna help you. We don't have that many entrepreneurs in my family. Like, my cousin cut hair. It ain't like, you know, so it's not like I could just go sit and ask, you know, people whatever. But it was just like, dang, like, you know. So I done researched everything. Now, y'all, let's just fast forward a couple months later. Like, I'm talking, and I'm snapping on the freestyles, y'all. Like, that's all I was doing. When people was coming to me, I was doing all freestyles. I wasn't even asking really too much what they wanted. Like, I would let people send me pictures, but because I was still learning designs and stuff, I was always open to doing it. Like, people was asking for stuff that I knew I didn't know how to do, but I was like, when you get here, I'm gonna figure it out. So, and I always told people, you know, I never did it. Like, to this day, if I don't know how to do something, I'm gonna tell you, hey, I don't know how to do that. I never did it. It's my first time, but I'm willing to do it. And I snap every time. So, and don't get me wrong, everybody make mistakes. I still make mistakes. I just tried that trend where you do like the chrome and you put the gel and stuff over it. Yeah. And I think I didn't top coat right or something, or I didn't top coat the part that was like 3D. So she texted me like, hey, my chrome is starting to come off on my, you know. Obviously she came back, I fixed it, did it better, and it came out way cuter the second time that I actually came back, because, you know, I had learned from my mistake. But yeah, so basically that's how I got started. Of course, like with supplies and stuff, I just waited. My mom had bought me an Amazon card. I used it. It had $100 on it. I bought anything that I could buy with it. And then as I was working at Publix, I just started putting my money up to buy everything else that I needed. And then that was that. So let's fast forward. So now I'm graduating. My job, I've been doing nails for about a year at this point. Because to this year would make 6 years that I've been doing nails. This year made 6 years that I've been doing nails in February. So let's see. I'm trying to think. All right, so we're just gonna fast forward. So after high school, I was really bored. Mind you, I think in one of the videos I told y'all, I had already had an issue with doing nails because nobody wanted me to charge deposits. My deposits were only $10. And, you know, people was like, oh, you shouldn't be charging deposits, this, that, and the third. So it was just like, I don't really care because, you know, it's not their business, it's my business. But it was like that little hiccup or whatever. Then I stopped doing nails, I think like a little bit into my senior year. I stopped doing nails prom season my senior year. I wasn't doing nails. I did my own nails, but I wasn't doing nails. And so I graduated and I was like so bored. Like, I was really bored. So I then went to cosmetology school. I enrolled in cosmetology. Whoa. I enrolled in cosmetology school, and that's really where I was started learning. Mind you, I'm 18 at this time, so now I'm getting older. I'm out of school. I don't have nothing to do. My responsibility to me is my business. Like, when I graduated, how everybody was going to party, I was trying to get to a bag. Like, it was just that mode for me. Like, it really was that mode, and that's the mindset that I like to be in. So fast forward, I start school. Nail school is not all that it's cracked up to be, and I'm only going to say that because, for one, I had an instructor, then I didn't have an instructor, and then when they realized like that I had actually was like really good at nails, I was teaching the students at my cosmetology school. So I didn't really learn anything technique wise, and I mean nothing. And in school, like when I was in school, they had us working with self-leveling acrylic. So if you're working with self-leveling acrylic, but when we get out of school, we're going to be working with Young Nails, Mia Secret, Valentino, all this stuff that's non-self-leveling. What are you teaching me? Because I legit was like, why is this like acrylic? And she was like, oh, it's self-leveling. Mind you, we only had like one lesson. My instructor only came to give us tests, and that was about it. Like, as long as I studied my book, I was fine. But as far as being in school, we did not learn much. Like, everything I learned, I had already taught myself. I had already researched. The only thing I think they hard down go over with you is sanitation. That's just my opinion. Not every school is like that, because I know some schools require you to do the full cosmetology program even if you only want to do nails. My school didn't require that. I did, however, get my cosmetology and my esthetician license, so I have both of my license or whatever, but they didn't require you to do more than one. And so that's what I can say about nail school, that whole thing. And then it was like, you know, it was even worse when more people are coming to the school, and now people looking at you, and you're trying to, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to get your license so you can get on with your business. Then it was like, okay, I was like, well, we started being able to like take our clients up there, and then that became an issue. Like, it was just like a lot of like reneging, like, okay, 1 minute we can do something, 1 minute we can't. But if you're not teaching me, and I'm sitting here from 8 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon, and I can't take my clients, even though my instructor's not here, she's not showing up, then oh, she's only coming on certain days. Like, it was real ghetto. Like, it was you know, it was ghetto, but it was cool at the same time, because it was like, okay, they're really lenient with us, like, you know. But I'm just giving my experience on the fact that you don't have to think that, oh, I gotta go to nail school to learn technique. However, go to get your license so that way nobody can't fuck with your business. Like, go get your license. But I will say, nails, going to school is not all that, like, unless you have a school that's actively involved with every single thing, which I know that can be aggravating too, because you got somebody hovering over your shoulder. But trust me, I do think that you would want someone to teach you everything versus you still in school and you still teaching yourself. So that's just where it was for me. I'm not gonna hold that back, because at the end of the day, too many people be trying to go to school and think, I'm about to go learn. You're not about to learn nothing if your school isn't like that type of school. So I would say do your research before you go to school. Also with me, I guess because like it wasn't that big of a deal to me. It was annoying that I never saw my instructor, but it wasn't that big of a deal to me once I was able to take my clients and stuff. But then when they were tripping about us taking our clients, that's where I was like, well, what are we supposed to do? We sit here all day, we don't got nothing to do because y'all don't have an instructor in here. That's, you know, that was just real annoying. Like, you know. So yeah, so that was the whole nail school journey, and that's just my advice is literally, if you're gonna go to nail school, if you're going and you want to learn and you want someone to be over your shoulder, then I suggest you do your research on your nail school. If you don't care, just go to school. If you're trying to get your license, you can do that, because that's literally what I did. I went to school, kept teaching myself, took my test, took my state board, got my license. Don't get me wrong, my school was cool. I'm just letting you know that that is a possibility that you may not learn anything, especially if you've already started doing nails. Again, because I was more so teaching the girls that were going to school with me, and or we were just sitting there doing nothing for like 2-3 hours. We, you know what I'm saying, me and my cousin, we literally sitting we sitting on the floor, really just talking, having conversation all day, not really doing nothing. And me and my cousin would leave, go get our lunch every day, come back, eat. Like, we really wasn't doing nothing. And then, you know, my cousin did music, so he would be sitting there editing videos and stuff like that. So I had to like start trying to get my time in right and find something to do with my time. It was just a lot of stuff. So that's nail school. That's just how nail school works. Well, how it worked for me. I ain't gonna say that's how it works. Now let's fast forward to rent and booths. This is where the tea is teeing. Like, this is where it get interesting. So when I first, oh, and mind you, the lady that I had asked when I first started doing nails, when I was like, the one I inboxed, she comes back up in the story. Let me tell you how God don't play about me. So right out of cosmetology school, my cousin was like, hey, some people hit me up about getting into a shop. So he was like, and you know, I told them we want to come together. Like, if I'm gonna go in the shop, you going in the shop. So, you know, I'm like, okay. And my job, if you know me in real life, then you know me and my cousin, we move as one. Like, we were two peas in a pod. I kid you not. With every business move, everything. So again, so like I said, we moved as one. So we were like, all right, we're gonna be in the shop. We're both about to go into this shop, and you know, we're doing a tour, stuff like that. She's showing us, you know, this is where you can work, this is where you're gonna be at, because like the shop that we were in, there was a barber shop attached to the salon part. So, you know, she's just giving us a tour. Hey, this is where y'all eat at, da da da. All of a sudden, I think my first day or something like that, after we did a tour, I think her niece or somebody wanted her nails done, so I ended up doing them. While I'm in here working, there is arguing going on in this shop. This should have been my first red flag, but whatever. They're back there arguing, and I mean arguing loud enough that everybody in the shop can hear. Mind you, we're new, we don't know what's going on. Me and my cousin, we just sitting here chilling, like, and we like, God dog, like, we hope, you know, ain't nobody fighting back there, this, that, and the third. So we sitting here, I'm working, and like, all you hear is yelling, y'all. We just heard yelling. That is so ghetto, yelling. So we ended up waiting. So then finally the owner had came back there to us where we was at, and she's like, you know, don't worry about what's going on, blah blah blah. So they wasn't really trying to tell us really what was happening. And so I didn't think nothing of it. We just like, okay, like, whatever. Y'all, fast forward, find out basically the girl who had blocked me when I was younger basically told them she's not working in the same shop as somebody. She's not working in the same shop with nobody from the same city. She don't care how old I am, calling me out my name. It was a whole thing. She went live, made a video about it. Mind you, I don't know this old ass lady from a can of paint, y'all. Like, it was just so wild. And so she basically refused to work in the shop. She quit. She got her stuff that same day and left. Like, all of this was because of me moving into the shop. Mind you, I didn't know she was in this shop. We didn't know nothing about the shop. My cousin got an invitation, and he was like, hey, can our cousin come? And she was like, yeah. Like, it's just so crazy, and it was just so wild to hear that, like, okay, this grown lady don't want to work in the shop with me, and she don't even know me. And she was like, I don't care, you know, basically like she's going live, and she's on live exposing the tea of the shop, everything. And that's when we should have known it was ghetto, but we was just like, whatever. So mind you, this is our first shop, so we just excited to be in a shop. Like, that's what it is. So we so now we're like, you know, we both getting good and working in there. But the issue with working in shops, if you don't have a contract, and I didn't have a contract, I never signed a contract. That's something I said I would never do, just because I don't want to be stuck somewhere that I'm not happy if something goes wrong. But that's another thing without having a contract, is they can raise your booth rent when they want to. And that right there is just weird to me. Like, I ain't even been here a good 3-4 months, and you're raising my booth rent. Mind you, you pay booth rent every week in most shops. So if I'm only paying you $100, but now it's 3 weeks later, oh, by the way, rent going up next week, it's $125 a week. Oh, by the way, rent going up next week, it's gonna start being $130 a week. No, like, and me, I'm gonna get my shit and go. It was just so much, like, it was just, that right there was enough for me. And then the room that I had there, it wasn't that big anyway, so obviously I was gonna need a bigger space. Like, it was literally a piece of this. my suite that I have now. And so my mom, she had me move to a different shop with someone she knows, someone you know, has been around me since I was I don't know how old. She's been doing my mom's hair for a while. She had a suite room in her shop. She said I could get the room, and that was the issue, because after I got settled in, this lady rearranged all my stuff. And I'm somebody that, and if you do nails, you know, you put this right here because you work with this hand, and you put this over here because you work with this hand, and you know where it's at, and this, that, and third. I came back in there and all my stuff was rearranged. That was my first red flag. Again, y'all, I skipped over. Didn't say nothing. I'm just like, maybe she was just trying to be nice. All right, boom. Then it's like, people who are not educated about nails try to tell you, oh, you need to do this, you need to do this. Mind you, she didn't have a ventilation system in there, so she did get me this big old air purifier. Cool. But however, it made the room really cold. I can't work in a really cold room, so I would turn it off. She'd open the door, turn it back on. Or I didn't have a TV in my suite, so I used to have my iPad for my clients. I sat my iPad on my table, and I would have a little speaker next to the iPad so that way my clients could watch. At the time, I was on Criminal Minds real bad. Mind you, they're in there laughing and talking. We can hear them, can't hear the dang TV over them. But then, like, she'll come in there as soon as they get quiet. Can you turn it down? Mind you, the minute y'all get loud, now me and my client can't hear. We can't even talk to ourselves because y'all that loud in the hair part. So that was another red flag. Again, I skipped it. Okay. Oh, but let me tell you something. 2 shops and I was done. 2 shops and I was done. But that was another red flag. Mind you, then my mama happened to be talking to me one day. Mind you, she did tell me that my booth rent was going to be $100. She raised it to $165. My mama had no knowledge of it because she had told my mama she was only going to be charging me $100. So I happened to be talking to my mama. I remember telling her, and I was like, yeah, she charged me $165 a week. And my mama was like, what? And so I'm like, I didn't know that she didn't know that. Yeah, she had raised my booth rent to $165. Again, don't even think I was there for that long before you raised my booth rent. And it all comes down to, people literally will see that you have good clientele. Mind you, I'm in this shop from 7 in the morning to 1 in the morning. I'm working all day to make my money. And I wasn't even charging the same amount I was charging now. I was only charging maybe like $65 to $80 at the time. I don't think anything was hitting the hundreds yet. Nothing I was doing. Like, I could have charged that, but I wasn't. And so I'm working all day, and then that became a problem. Or it was like, okay, I'll be in the shop, and then like she'll say something. Like, she had said something one day that I was talking to about my client the night before, and I guess she was listening to the cameras in her salon or whatever, and she had like mentioned something, and I was like, the only way you would know that I had, you know, we were talking about that specific topic would have been if you were listening to the camera. That was a little weird to me, because why are you sitting here listening to my conversation? Then it was like, okay, while I'm trying to work and do all this, you coming in here, you tell me, turn me down, then you want to turn this machine on. So now my acrylics is not drying as fast because it's super cold in here. I'm in here freezing. I got to come to work with jackets on every day just to be in this room when it's not cold in the rest of the salon. Then it was like, she started saying, oh, well, it's your week to buy bathroom supplies. What? No, it's not, because I pay you a booth rent every week. So if I'm paying you, hold on 1 second. If I'm paying you $165, let's just do it times 4. It's 4 weeks, whatever. You're getting $666 out of me a month. You telling me with that $600 you can't go buy bathroom supplies, and you think I'm gonna come in here every other week with napkins and tissue? And hell no. That was my last red flag, because no, it's a hell no. For one, don't touch my stuff. For 2, I got things in order how I need it, when I need it. For 3, if I'm telling you it's cold in here, obviously it's affecting my job, but you don't care. Then it's like, then it was, my uncle passed away. I'm supposed to be moving out, but my uncle's funeral was on Saturday. Originally, we had said I would be leaving. I told her I would be moving out on a Saturday, whatever. But my uncle did pass his funeral, so I told her, hey, I gotta move out on Sunday. She was like, okay, well, you're gonna have to pay me an extra $25 because you're moving out on a Sunday. And I had to pay her because like I wasn't done by 6 or something like that. Some don't. Everybody, they be trying to get over on you. If I tell you one price, like for me, I have two rooms in my suite right now. Mind you, that is exactly why I had to find me a suite where I'm the boss in this bitch. Like nobody can come in here and tell me what to do. But unless the landlord of this building says, hey, you can't rent your double suite out anymore, whatever, that's different. But as far as what goes on in here, what hours I work, I have a key to the front door to this building and to my suite. So if I need to get in at any moment, I don't have no problem doing so. And that's exactly why I like it. I'm by myself. I don't have to deal with no drama. If I want somebody to come in here, when I tell you a price, that's it. I'm not raising your price. And it's just the fact that, you know, you got to go in these salons and then they want to scam you. Then you got to pay for... First of all, do I look like a janitor? That's for one. Because at the end of the day, if you got all of us paying you this money, why are we... No, we're paying for a suite, not for bathroom and cooking supplies and all this other stuff. It's a no. It's a hell no for me. So it was just like all of that little stuff was really throwing me for a loop, and that's why working in shops is not my thing. I wouldn't suggest it unless you really sit and talk and you know the person that got a good vibe and a good spirit, because everybody ain't got one, and I don't like drama. I don't want to be in drama. I don't want my name associated with drama. I don't even want to be in a shop where I got to deal with something, or somebody always doing this, or somebody always doing that, or you always talking about so and so. I don't want to do that. So I found my own private suite. I've been here for the last three years. I've been here for the last 3 years. I think I got this building in this suite in 2020. I've been here for the last 3 years. I'm good, like, being by myself, because it's ghetto, y'all. Like, and then especially with, like, another thing too is, like, my client will be outside and don't nobody will open the door for my client. If I don't know she's out there, she's knocking on the door, y'all can see, and you don't open the door. Like, that's another thing. It's just, you know, so that is why, to me, I like being by myself. I have my own suite. I make my hours. I tell myself, you want to come in, you want to not be in here. If I need to get in here at 1 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, I got a key to the front door building so I can get in this building. I can lock that door back so I feel safe. It's just very much working out better for me in that way, and I'm glad. But yeah, so let's just say from the time I started doing nails when I was like 16 or 15, it was life lessons all the way up until I got my own suite. And it was just because everybody is so greedy. Like, one thing about shops is when they see that you're bringing a clientele, they will charge you extra. They will charge you extra. So keep that in mind before you go into a shop. Make sure that if you like the blueprint price, that's your set price. And if you feel like it's too high, look for a private suite. If you feel like, oh, I don't know if I want to, you know, so and so and so, you have to pick what's best for you. Personally, suites were not for me. It'd be too much going on. So this is why I chose this. This is what works better for me. I like it here. I don't plan on leaving here no time soon. So I can decorate how I want to. That was another thing. I could not decorate my suite how I wanted to. She decorated how she wanted it to look. That also was another, like, it made me mad. Then it was just like, okay, I'm tired of this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to feel in control of my business. I'm an entrepreneur for a reason. I didn't get in the shop to make it look like I work for you. I should be in this shop as an independent nail tech. So, and then also, it was like I want to do lashes. Let me tell y'all, I started doing lashes and she made me take the lash bed down every day. I had to break the lash bed down every day and fold it up and put it up because she didn't want it. Mind you, I had a door to my suite. You can close the door. Nobody should even be in there. But yeah, she wanted me to take the lash bed down every day and put it back up. That is another reason why I stopped doing lashes. One, my back was hurting. But two, I was just tired of doing that every day. I'm sorry. So I gave up on lashes. I will say that. She very much did piss me off with that. So that was another thing why, you know, I stopped doing lashes. But yeah, so that's really it. I don't know. As far as now, you know, y'all, it's nothing to really explain. I do nails. I do makeup. I am launching my business from 2 years ago. It feels so good, y'all. I feel so great because it's just like when I started my business 2 years ago, I didn't really have no knowledge of actually, like, I had the knowledge of doing nails and stuff like that, but you know, I'm not shipping stuff out. I'm not, like, I didn't have all that knowledge talking to vendors. So it just feels so good now because, like, despite anything, being an entrepreneur, you're always going to have those ups and downs times. You're always going to have to go through something. Like, at the end of the day, I still got to re-up on products. Products ain't cheap. You could literally go in to spend in a nail store, you can spend $300 easy because nail products not cheap, makeup isn't cheap, but I'm very, very blessed, and I'm so glad that like God really put me in position with my hands. Like I could do anything, and it's so good. It's a great feeling because like, you know, I started and all I wanted to do was nails when I was 15 or 16 years old. But now in 2023, I'm a nail tech. I'm a makeup artist. Now I offer, like, I teach classes, I teach people. I have a whole nother business where, you know, I give you guys your products list. Y'all need to go get that. I am making a new one for y'all too. Same price and everything, but I'm gonna make a new one. But I have that to where I'm teaching people, okay, this is how you do. I was making press-ons and stuff like that. It's just, God is just really like, and I feel like he's giving me another push. My business that I started when I was selling like designer phone cases and stuff. When I started this business 2 years ago, I literally got scammed by a vendor. And what's crazy is my business was selling. I was doing great. I just got scammed bad. Like, I still have cases from 2 years ago because they sent me the wrong inventory. But I was like, you know what? I don't know what it was in me. Just God was just like, this your next thing is reinventing this business. So I done reinvented this business, and now I'm starting another business, and I'm so happy. I revamped and relaunched. Well, I'm revamping and relaunching as we speak. June 6th is the launch date. I'm just go ahead and tell y'all that now. I haven't even posted that yet, but June 6th is the launch date. I'm just super excited. I got a new vendor, y'all, and me and this vendor, like, I had them send me pictures of every single case, every video of every case that I ordered for the phones, just so I could make sure that everything was coming as I ordered it. It should be, you know what I'm saying? It should be right this time. So I'm super excited for that. And it's just like 2023. I'm a YouTuber. Like, I got back on my YouTube. You know, if y'all know, if you scroll down on my page, you see where I used to do nails and I used to record it. I just let that go. And I told y'all, like, it just feels good when you really sit down and you plan out your goals. Like, I know people tell you don't have year-long goals, but for me, I made year-long goals. But in this year, I said, this is where I want to be in this year with this goal. And I had 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. My personal page had 1,000 subscribers. I'm relaunching my business. I launched another business just by giving you guys, you know, how to make money as a nail tech. You have your content planners. Like, it's just, everything is starting to, I'm back in that mode, you know what I'm saying? Like, that hungry mode that I was when I first got out of high school and I was trying to figure out what I want to do with just nails. And who knew that I would be doing more than nails? Like, I never thought about that. And then I used to think, oh, I really want to own this big old suite, I was just looking at social media thinking, like, I'm gonna own me a big old suite by the time I'm 22, 21, 23. I'm about to turn 22 years old, and I'm so complacent with being in this suite because I don't like no drama. I don't want to deal with the mess. I love it here. Everything I have is legit and up to date. Like, I'm content. And so if you guys are trying to start your journey, start whatever business you're trying to start. And this is just me saying, whoever needed to hear this, because I never thought I would start my phone case business back up. And I enjoyed that business because actually, you know, when I was in like high school, if you could ask anybody, I always had phone cases. I was ordering phone cases off Amazon. I had Starbucks phone cases. Like, every phone I had to stack up on phone cases. So it was perfect for me to sell them. But I'm just so happy that I'm back in that mind space. I'm glad God gave me this vision to just go for it again, because honestly, I was like, I'm not doing this no more. I don't want to deal with vendors. Like, after that one incident, it just made me feel like no. But God was like, yes, this year you gonna do whatever you need to do, and I'm good. Like, I'm just excited. Like, I'm really excited. So if you need a motivation, this is your motivation. Whatever you're trying to do it, pray about it, and start working towards it, because honestly, that's all y'all can do. But yeah, y'all, that's it for this video. I just, you know, had to give y'all a little motivation because that's how I'm feeling. Like, go for it. My mindset right now is go get it, go for it, go do it. Whatever you think about doing. If you got the money to invest in yourself, and you don't have to invest a lot, you can start off small. Do it. You feel me? But yeah, that is it, y'all. I will see you guys in my next video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And I got a client, so I will see y'all later.